Expansion.
Told you he gets very bossy, man.
Someone has to be.
He likes telling us what to do. Oh, Paulie B. B Makina in the building.
Yes, sir.
Senor, how you doing, my brother? Welcome. Welcome to
man.
Expansion, man.
Man, I'm glad to be here, bro.
Awesome. It's a pleasure to have you, man. You're someone who I've had my eye on for a little while. I'll tell the story real quick, man. You'd been coming to my clubs for a little while.
Yeah.
Coming down with the boy Ton and that
Yeah.
crew and hanging out and showing love, which was awesome. Margaritaville, right? When we were at Margaritaville.
Exactly, yeah.
We're talking I Love Saturdays, one of the hot spots for nightlife in Sydney, I Love Saturdays. We moved from Margaritaville to Watershed, and I remember seeing you guys come through, etc.
Yeah.
And then fast forward a couple of years, and then my big homeboy DJ Nino Brown, who's a brother to me, he says to me, "Oh man, I'm doing this track with Timo Matic." And this new up and coming kid, man, we got him on. He real briefly explained to me that they thought about who they were going to get on, and they actually preferred to have someone who was, quote unquote, kind of unknown and fresh. And then I heard the song, Jefe, fucking banging, loved it.
Yeah, man.
And then sorry, bro. And then I worked out that it was you, and I was like, "What the fuck, man?" Remember when we went to the Edge 96.1? That's when I actually found out. I put a face to your stage name. I was like, "Oh man, respect, man, my brother. Great to see a good guy behind the voice and getting that opportunity, man." So
I appreciate
congrats on
you,
that, man.
I appreciate you. Yeah, man. Look, I'm forever grateful, man, for Nino. That opened up a lot of doors for me.
Yes, my brother. Yeah.
I've been doing music for, say legit, I've been doing music for the past 3 years. Like, properly releasing stuff. And it's a scary place because we're in Sydney, bro.
You're on your own.
Yeah,
I feel you.
So actually I released the song. It's called Players Anthem.
Yes.
And
that's a fucking wacky song.
Yeah, I was actually trying to go for something that
totally different. And when I mean wacky, I don't mean whack. I mean wacky. It's fucking crazy.
Exactly. Yeah. Now I'm a big fan of that track as well.
Definitely.
Shout out my boy Joseph Peters from Project Peters. They work with me on that song.
Yeah.
But we're trying to bring something different that's not out there.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, and it actually did what I wanted to do. It brought Nino to me.
Yeah. Oh man, good to hear.
Yeah.
And I heard that track for the first time live last year when we did the live streamer event where we had Timo Matic performing live with Nino, and then you came down obviously to feature on the track, but then you did your own track in the middle of the set, which is again, shout out to the OG, shout out to Timo Matic for that opportunity as well, because it's not only Nino we're talking about here, right? We're talking about the fucking the man himself, Timo Matic. That's to be your. I mean, I don't know if that's your first feature, but it's probably your first like official, let's say, feature, right?
Yeah.
For that to be your first feature, man, that's a pretty good start. Man,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Respect, man. You
that's
done
crazy.
well.
I was actually I wasn't expecting that. So when we so actually how it happened. So when we released the video, so it's on it's on Instagram. We're sharing it.
Yes.
And a lot of people
for Players Anthem.
Yeah, for Players Anthem.
Sure.
But I was Timo Matic's biggest fan since I think I was like 14, 15 in high school.
Sure.
And I was all the way in Musselbrook. And
is that where you're from?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And being the only black kid at school, you know what I'm saying? So
sure.
And I used to dance and all that stuff. So they used to actually call me Tim.
Wow.
So
talk about spin out, right? All them years later to be on the track with Tim.
Exactly. And then he commented on the thing, it's just like, oh, he just put 5 emojis. I'm like, whoa, hold up. Like, I didn't expect it. And then from nowhere, my boy hit me up and said, yo, team, say they got a track they want you on. And later on, team gave me a call and explained the whole situation.
Yeah.
Just did a verse, and that's how I met Nino. Well, I knew Nino for years as well.
Of course. Who wouldn't know Nino, man?
Exactly.
Of course, yeah.
Exactly.
Both of them, man. I mean, really, when it comes to urban music in Australia, as a DJ, no one comes higher.
Nah.
You might have guys who might have reached that level, but no one's been higher. You get what I'm saying? First or equal first, as I like to say in Espanol. But and then as a performer, singer, artist, Timo Matic, I mean, come on, man. that doesn't come any bigger than that.
Exactly.
And speaking of Tim, he's agreed to come on the show, but we just got to work out our dates because from memory, last time we spoke, January was jam packed in the evenings, which is the only time we can sort of get the production and everything together. Yeah. But I very much look forward to that, man, because Tim-O-Matic is a force, man, to be reckoned with, and someone I can't wait to hang out for a couple of hours and talk about his career and probably get to know him a little bit more, sort of, with the lights off, let's say, because stage lights off anyway, because I don't think many of us have many insights into the brother, so it would be good to check out as well, because everyone's got a journey and a story, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. But let's talk about yours.
Yeah.
Muswellbrook. You let that slip. Right.
Yeah.
North New South Wales.
Yeah.
So
countryside. Yeah. I'm a country boy.
Yeah. Muswellbrook. I know Muswellbrook because of the jail. Muswellbrook Jail, minimum correctional facility out there, minimum security correctional facility out there, which I'm sure provides a lot of jobs for the town.
We usually all end up there,
Right. Yeah. Well, I didn't make it there, man. I heard a lot about it.
Yeah. Now, Muswellbrook, actually, I moved to Muswellbrook in 2008. I was straight from Africa.
Oh, okay. What country are you from?
I'm Zimbabwean.
From Zimbabwe. Yeah. Oh, watch out, man. What a country with a lot of history, but also in the headlines a lot, obviously, because of Mugabe and everything that was going on. A crazy ride for a good... he was there for a long time, hermano.
Yeah, man. I mean...
Like decades,
before I was born, he was the president.
Yeah.
I just grew up in his country.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. Of course.
Yeah, but like 2008, that's when I left Zimbabwe and straight to Muswellbrook.
Sure.
Went to school there.
Yeah.
High school.
Sure.
Friends are there.
Yeah.
Which is a very interesting situation for me, because then coming out to Sydney, it was a lot different, right? Because I'm like, okay, this is a multicultural place.
Yeah.
Because
there's brothers and sisters here too.
Yeah. So it was even, harder even for myself to be around a lot of Africans when I first moved here.
Wow.
Because not because it was hard probably wouldn't be the word for it. Just a little bit different. Trying to realize, okay, who am I? Because
fair enough.
Yeah, it's Muswellbrook being a different place, but the reason why I love it is because it gave me opportunity to understand that I was in love with music, because there wasn't many doing it. So if you're doing it, you're one of the only ones, and everybody wants to know about you.
Sure.
So that gave me the pressure to actually start writing and call myself an artist.
Sure.
It all started there. And shout out to the boys down there. They were super supportive.
Wow.
But in saying that, it's still a country town. It's too small, mining town. Yeah. I didn't even know that one day I'll be sitting here doing what I'm doing right now with you.
Yeah, respect. Yeah. Awesome. First podcast, first proper sort of interview or chat, right?
Yeah.
First of many, my brother.
Man, I am so glad that it is you, cuz.
Thank you, hermano. God bless you, man. God bless you, bro. I'm glad that it's here. And tell us a little bit about that transition from Zimbabwe, from Africa to Australia, to a country town out of all places, because there's lots of angles to cover there. I guess there's the racism element that obviously everyone expects. Racist, but there's lots of good people everywhere as well, right? But what was that clash like for you as well? How old were you? Because I know that's a big influence. That's a big impact as well, the age,
I was 12.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that kind of transition between primary and secondary.
So I came down here. So anyway, in Africa, a lot of things, went wrong. I mean, at first, Zimbabwe was great. The way I remember it, it was great. And my parents did a really good job in not making sure that we don't see the bad side of, all the other stuff that's going on. So, I can say I had it good. Then I went to boarding school for 1 year. So when you're in boarding school, like in Africa, that's like prison, because you are away from everything.
Boys home.
Yeah, you don't see what's going on. I came back, and then I go to shops, and there's nothing in the shops. Like, you could have money, but there's nothing in the shops to buy, you know.
That's when shit started going crazy.
Exactly. And there's like long, big lines of people waiting for fuel and stuff like that. So started seeing things go upside down a little. But I didn't leave in the country long enough to then experience what everyone's now going through there.
Yeah.
Because then Pops just decided, yo, we
had enough.
Yeah, we get a jet, and we moved over here.
Yeah.
Me coming out here, look, I had a problem with understanding the Aussie accent.
Sure,
right?
mate.
Yeah, you know, it was, you know, it was very tough, and I'm thinking, man, I gotta go to school with a whole bunch of them. You know,
can't run away from this shit.
Yeah, you know, and understanding the culture, just but when you're 12, right, it's very easy to adapt because you don't have much things stuck to you yet.
Yeah. So of course. Yeah. It
didn't take me long.
Till
I just started realizing that, oh, okay, just one of these guys now. Just, you know, it's not like I really even thought about it. But in saying that, I was still a black child.
Of course.
You know, I was still as a kid when you face racism.
Yeah.
Right, because I was facing it at school and stuff.
Yeah, man.
But it's not from other kids because kids ain't racist unless they're taught it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So other kids, it's like, you know, and this is Musselbrook, right? They are at a place where, you know, they don't know a lot. They don't see a lot of things being in that town. You know what I mean? So, you know, you're black, you're cool. You know what I'm saying? You like Lil Wayne.
Different,
you like Chris Brown.
Okay, right.
You know, so that was cool. You know, and that's
token brother.
Yeah, and I did the whole dancing thing, started dancing because, you know, I'm like, okay, y'all think I'm not cool, so I'm just going to be that cool.
That's the upside of it, right?
Exactly.
The upside. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But then when you face the racism as a kid, you don't understand what's going on. Like, you don't understand why, you know what I'm saying, why is it you that's going through this, or why are you being talked to like this? Because it took me a while to then start to understand that, okay,
of course,
right, there's some people that, not that it's I don't think it's a hatred thing. I think it's not being able to understand someone.
Yeah, it's miseducation, man.
Yeah. You don't understand someone, you don't understand what they represent, why they are the way they are, because we are the way we are because of what we've seen and what we've been taught and the environment we were at.
Sure.
So me being Zimbabwean, you know, age of 12, we came here. Yes, the accent, you know, changed and made some friends and a few things changed, but you can't really take the Zimbabwean out of me. There are still certain things that,
of course,
that are different. There's still certain things, and that would be strange to certain people. So I dealt with that for a while. Yeah. But school wasn't my biggest issue. My biggest issue was after school. Finished school. I was interested in cars and stuff. Okay. So I wanted to be a mechanic by trade. Because in that town, right, you're going to finish school. This is what we taught in Musselbrook. Yeah. Everyone was trying to get an apprenticeship.
Yeah, year 10. Yeah.
So we all going to drop out of year 10. We all going to get apprenticeship at the mines, and there we go.
Yeah, I hear
that's
you,
just
bro.
life.
Yeah.
But I ended up dropping out of year 10. Yeah. Then I did like a year at TAFE and get my diploma, like mechanical engineering diploma. Then I applied for apprenticeship. Got one. That's when I really faced the hardest. Yeah.
Adult life kind of stuff where you start seeing the racism come out a bit, huh?
Exactly. And that was very difficult for me to understand. Yeah. Because through high school, I saw a little, you know.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of. But,
just cheeky shit, but
but you know.
Asses, isn't it?
Yeah, but like, not that I've ever looked at anybody thought they were different to me, you know, and then I can't be friends with a certain person, or I can't go that deep with this person because we're different, because that's what I was around. I was around different people. So how can I say that if that's who you're around all the time? Yeah. So then now I'm at work, you know, realizing as an apprentice, you need someone to teach you stuff. You know, people ain't trying to teach me stuff. I have to be the one behind everything, because then I'm the, you know what I'm saying? I can't be the smartest. Yeah. I can't be the smartest. If I do that, I don't know what the problem was. If I become a threat, I don't know if that was the thing, or it's just easier to say the African guy is the least. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He's the one at the back. He's one of the, you know, so I just dealt with a lot of that. Yeah.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, so at that time, I was thinking, okay, this is probably not for me, like not the trade.
Sure.
Yeah. But what do? I moved out of home and everything. I'm trying to make a living. Mind you, we're making like $300 a week.
Yeah,
you know what
apprentice.
I'm saying? Yeah, apprentice. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to hang on to that because not that what you're gonna do.
No.
Yeah, and then I linked up with my other boy. Shout out. They're called 233 Records. He a rapper.
What, up that way? Or?
Yeah, he's over there. He's my dope friend, Aboriginal rapper.
I wanted to ask about, was there a Koori connection? Because, I mean, I don't expect many Africans to be up there, even though there's some regional spots in Australia that will prove me wrong because of the way migration is set up in Australia. They try and push migrants into regional areas. So you might have the odd town where, for whatever reason, there might be 10 African families or 10, I don't know, Syrian families or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But the connection with the Koori brothers, because obviously they're not African, but you got the brown skin thing and that connection as well, So what was that like?
So I mean, if you're over there, you don't really look at it like that, because everyone's pretty much the same, till I think getting older then starts dividing people. Yeah, because it was just those guys that I linked up with. I realized that they were different.
Sure.
But he was much older. He was much older. I think I was about 17 at the time, and he would have been in his late 20s maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
And he had a little studio in the basement.
So that's where it all starts.
Exactly. At his mama's place. Yeah.
Sure.
And he did part-time DJing at some bar, because there's no clubs up there.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, but we got bars, So I used to go up there with him every once, because I just wanted to be around the music.
Of course.
And wanted to be in a studio where someone's actually doing, I can actually hear my voice, and that's what it was, because at home I couldn't do that. Having African parents, man, we all got to get degrees and become doctors.
Of course,
or something,
yeah. Yeah, I hear that, man.
Yeah, so it wasn't a thing at home. We wouldn't have been talking about it. Nah.
Yeah. Brothers and sisters?
I got one brother.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's,
younger or older?
Younger.
Okay, cool.
Just turned 19.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But with him, we started doing records and stuff.
Yeah.
So he put me on spot. He have a song. He said, "B, jump on this." And at the time, wasn't really a good writer. And they were a threat to me because they're good. The stuff they're saying is good.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, there I go. So I'll take a bar from Lil Wayne's song here and take another bar from Bow Wow, all this stuff and put something together. But that's how it all started.
Yeah. That's how it starts for most people, man.
Yeah.
You borrow.
Yeah.
Until you sort of start defining your own style or rhythm patterns or flow or whatever.
Exactly.
That's I think many people, I mean, essentially that's how everyone, even Michael Jackson spoke about, James Brown. You get what I'm saying? And that kind of, there's always someone that comes before you that you emulate.
Exactly.
To the point where at the beginning, all you can do is copy, really. I mean, what else are you going to do? When you're a singer, you start singing other people's songs.
Yeah.
You don't start singing originals from zero, right?
Yeah.
So, so I think there's no shame in that. That's how everyone kicks off. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Now, so it was actually a really good experience, just because all I wanted to do was just sing on the mic. You know what I'm saying? And hear it back and stuff like that. So we didn't have much.
Yeah.
We had a mic.
Yeah.
If I remember well, I think we didn't even have an interface.
Oh, wow.
I think it was one of those USB mics.
Okay. Okay, fair enough.
So we ain't even that upgraded,
Sure.
But to me, that was big because, I mean, we didn't have that before.
Yeah. It's a start.
Yeah. And then, so actually the move from there to Sydney.
Yeah.
So I came out once, my cousin, which is Tone. Yeah.
Get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Big Tone.
Big Tone, man.
Sauce.
That's my cousin, yeah.
Shout out to Big Tone, man.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's
man.
going to tune in and check it out.
Yeah, exactly, man. The big boy, Big Tone. He was living in Liverpool at the time.
Sure.
And his parents just moved to Newcastle. So he stayed back. So, he got a house. Oh. So that's cool because, I can go to Sydney and, chill at his place.
Yeah.
And so I came out of Sydney. And then we went to Mills.
Yeah, Milpera.
Yeah, Milpera. Yeah. And Nino was playing that night, right?
Okay.
So, well, we know about Nino, like, you know, Musselbrook, they know Nino
of course,
Brown, you know,
of course.
They know,
yeah. Nino travels a lot, interstate and regional as well, man. So his name is well known in those towns and cities around Australia.
Yeah, but like, you know, for me, not like I'll put a face to, you know, to him and
sure.
you know, but Nino's playing Mule, so I mean, Big Tone and that, they were big with that. So like, let's go. So we went, and it's packed, it's jam packed, you know what I mean? And I'm like, is it always like this? Because I come from a place where it could be like 3 people in a freaking bar, you know? He goes, and it's not always like this. It's because Nino's here, you know what I mean? So like people are paying at the front and all that. It's like, you know, usually like $10 or whatever, and everyone's paying like, if I remember, it was like 50 or something like that. We get in, then I'm like, I better move here because like,
it's moving.
You know what I mean? There's stuff going on here.
Of course.
And like, I just like the fact that it allows you, like, I think if you grew up in Sydney, there's a lot of things you don't see because you've been in a place.
Take for granted. Take for granted. You don't even notice. You
don't notice. This place, you can become whatever you want to be here. But not in saying that, nothing comes easy.
Of course,
right?
Of course.
So that's why we all in the hustle, right?
Yeah.
But when I came here, I saw, you know, saying Nina's doing his thing up there, you know, everybody crowd around. And to me, that was always a spot that, you know, I always wanted to have.
Sure.
You know, so, you know, this would be me one day. I'll be doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
So on my way back to Musselbrook after the weekend, I'm thinking about that.
That's it.
The whole time. Like, okay, I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm moving to Sydney.
I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
You know, I did that.
Yeah.
And then realized it was the dumbest idea I've ever made in my life because I had no house coming out
here. Blind faith.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, you know, I ended up coming out here homeless, man, just trying to find a job, you know, trying to get some money so I can, you know, I can actually then, you know, start a life out here, which ended up happening. I ended up getting a job to complete my apprenticeship.
How long have you been in Sydney for?
So it's 6 years now.
Oh, okay. It's been a little while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Been a little while. Yeah. It's funny you say that, but you know, us growing up in Sydney, particularly someone like me, I mean, I've traveled a lot, and I can tell you that as awesome as it is in many ways, in many other ways, is very limiting, particularly when it comes to the arts and music and cultural stuff.
Yeah.
Having said that, we are the biggest city in Australia.
Yes,
so you know, in many ways, as far as our country is concerned, you really can't get any bigger. I mean, some people might say that Melbourne might have, you know, different conditions or whatever, but I'm not really debating any of that. But essentially, Sydney is the biggest, and you know, and there's lots of opportunities, but. Compared to Musselbrook, you know, obviously we're like bloody New York. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what we kind of forget. And I have similar things because I cross paths with people like from Canberra, you know, and I speak a lot with the Latin communities with other cities and hip hop communities, and my boy Rodrigo in Canberra that we all speak to, who's involved now with District 21.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, bro. So Sydney is probably the place to be, you know. Like, and even my brothers come over from New Zealand. They do a fair bit here in Sydney as well. Yeah. You can't overlook numbers.
Yeah.
And ultimately, you know, the big population centers of the world that carry the most weight as far as, you know, what they can achieve and what they have achieved. I mean, you know, United States, you know, population of 300 million people. Yeah. You know, you're mildly, to put it into numbers, let's say, in something that's kind of more palpable to kids and to people in your demographic and my demographic, a successful MC/singer in Australia with a few hot songs on Spotify or whatever might have, say, 10, 20, 30,000 followers on Instagram, and, you know, their bank account might be X. In the States, that same level, like a local guy in some city or whatever, you know, who have, you know, fucking 1 million followers, you know what I mean, or 300,000 followers, and all these gigs that he can play at and all these sponsorship opportunities, because ultimately it's all about the numbers.
Exactly.
And Australia, as great as it is, we are always restricted by the numbers, unfortunately.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Not only in the population as a whole, but within that population, people that are engaged and people that are customers of your music, our music. It's a small slice of a small population. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Having said that, you move in worlds which are growing with popularity by the year or by the minute, because with your African background, you're doing Afro beats thing. You cross over into R&B and into hip hop as well, because you rap as well. And I invite everyone to check out the YouTube channel, which is Makina the Mayor, right?
Yeah.
Makina the Mayor.
Yeah.
And on Spotify?
Yeah, Spotify is just B Makina.
B Makina, BEEMAKINA. Yeah. To check out the music, because it's awesome, hermano. But tell us a bit more. How do you see yourself as an artist? Because a lot of the times we kind of build this picture based upon the limited amount of releases that artists put out in their short careers, because you've only been doing it for a little while. But I'm sure your aspirations are much higher and everything. And where do you see yourself in the future, bro? Like, what are you going to be looking at? Afro beats, R&B, hip hop, everything, reggaeton. Where do you see yourself? Or are you just one of these guys that you just want to do everything?
Music. It took me a while to realize that it wasn't really for the cloud I was doing it for.
Sure.
It's been in my bones for the longest.
Sure.
You know, it started all back in the church, back home with my grandmother.
Yeah.
You know.
Beautiful.
So now that I'm actually doing it, where we actually making music, I didn't want to limit my love for it.
Sure.
Right. Hip hop, rap is a way of life.
Sure.
Right. People have different artists that they like. You know, someone will come to you and say, "Hey, Tupac is my favorite artist."
Sure.
You know, someone's gonna say the Migos are my favorite rappers, and the people that like Tupac, they don't understand why you would say Migos. The people that
I'll
say,
punch you in the mouth.
you know.
I was joking. Man.
But what happens is, what people don't realize is, we all live life according to what we listen to. So you listen to how you live your life.
Yeah, big influence.
So what happened with me with the music is, I grew up as a Lil Wayne fan. I was a big Lil Wayne fan. He was my favorite rapper. So that made me wanted to rap.
Sure.
Then now I'm thinking, okay, if I got a message to send, I'll do a rap song. If I feel like I need to rap, do a rap song.
Yeah.
Right. If I feel like I want to sing to females, which is most of the time, that's what I'm trying to do.
Big part of the reason why we pick up the mic in the first place, right?
Exactly.
Let's not beat around the bush with that one, bro. Because I can relate. You know, it was all about attention. You know. Yeah.
And then, you know, I'm gonna go sing. It could be Afro, which is now Afro is like
its own thing.
Yeah, you know, but Afro was there for ages. But it's just starting to become a thing. You know, so it could be that R&B. I like R&B music.
Yeah,
I go there in there, but myself, because sometimes you got to go with your character, right? You got to go with how you normally are. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really an R&B kind of dude.
I get you.
But I can do an R&B record.
Yeah. What is R&B? Nowadays, it's like it's anything in money.
You know what? Like, I realize Australia calls everything R&B.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right. That's R&B.
Yeah.
R&B.
You know, I guess R&B. So if you're looking at artists, well, Chris Brown's an R&B artist, right? But obviously he crossover and does other things.
Yeah, until he gets in trouble. When Chris Brown gets in trouble, the Australian media calls him the rapper.
The rapper. That's what I'm saying. I didn't understand that.
It's ridiculous. Man.
But as far as what I see myself as, I see myself as a pop artist.
Sure.
So I want to be the biggest pop star that ever came out of this place.
Beautiful.
That's my goal.
Beautiful. Full power to you, man.
People I look up to is people like Drake. Yeah. You can't really say there's a lane you put him in.
Yeah.
I like to entertain. I want to be able to, because what I make, the music I make, I was feeling that at that time. That's why I made it.
Yeah.
You know, if I did Players Anthem, I was feeling like that at the time.
Sure.
If I did Hef, I was feeling that at the time. You know, even the features that I do, I will relate to the feature, but it is 100% me.
Yeah.
So even when Nino sent me the track Hefe, at first I didn't know what Hefe meant.
Yeah.
You know.
So I could help you with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know what Hefe meant.
Yeah.
But like actually to think about it, I should have been smart and try to look up what it meant, because I didn't do that at first. It was just because, you know, the hook, you know, say something about wanting a boss and stuff. So I went with that. Then realized, okay, that's what it meant. That's what. So it worked out, you know. So that's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be the biggest pop star ever come out of this place, being myself.
All right, man. Well, you got a lot of work to do there.
Yes, sir.
But I will say this though, man. Very early in your career, but I've got a good ear, and like you, I've been involved with music from a very, very young age. Music, percussion in my blood. High school drummer. All sorts of things, and then La Familia and all these things over the years. It's probably not what I'm most renowned for, but a ear I definitely have. And having a good listen, a deeper listen to your music before the show, I can already see a range of talent. Because a lot of the time you'll find people that are good at, one thing or one style. But I can already see you going in many different directions, and that's why I led with my question about which way you want to go and what it is that you want to do, because you can actually do a bit of all of those already, which I think nowadays in particular, it's kind of where everything is at. You do have very successful rappers, you do have very successful singers, but generally speaking, and this is also crossing over into the number one music genre in the world right now, which is reggaeton, by numbers, not by opinion. All those guys stopped only rapping a long time ago, and now they mainly sing. So, to be able to have those weapons in the arsenal, both singing, rapping, and everything in between, is definitely a blessing, man, and something that can help your career go much further. And yeah, bro, full power to you, man, because I like what I see, man, and you got my full support and respect, man, and I think with some luck, because there's always luck involved with everything that we do, bro. Even like things like timing, God's timing. But with some dedication, man, I think you can go a very long way, my brother. So, I hope the best for you, and hopefully we'll see you soaring high, my brother.
Man,
get to work.
Exactly. There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of improvement. There's places I want to be at that I'm not there yet.
Man, I think that's never ending, hermano. I don't think you ever get to anywhere in life and you say, "Oh, I've made it. That's it. I can sit back and relax." I mean, I don't know. I'm not that kind of person anyway. I've reached certain targets, and I've you just want to keep going. Not necessarily more, because I think that's something that we need to deal with as well. Where sometimes less is more, but just you want to progress, and it's not always financial. It's not always status stuff, but you never stop growing, my brother. You want to keep growing and developing and having some fun while you're at it too, which I think a lot of us forget, man.
That's the most important part, right?
But there's one thing that I will say, man, and I say it to everyone that cares to listen, is the important thing, I think, is output, man. I've had a few conversations in the last few years with people that care to listen, and you have to have a good level of output, bro, because songs, they get cold quite quickly nowadays, even for the biggest artists on the planet,
Exactly.
And they're putting out so much content and constantly putting features out and stuff like that. And as hard as it is, because resources are limited and networking opportunities are limited here in Sydney, I would very much encourage you to put out as much as you can. And that may also mean that you might not be able to get the blockbuster video clip with every single track that you do.
Exactly.
But get the sounds out, man.
Get the sounds out.
People want to bop their head in their fucking cars, you know what I mean? And shit, and they just want to hear you, and you want the world to hear you. You want labels and producers, and show them what you got, hermano. Show them what you got. Before they're going to show you theirs, you show them yours. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. I think it is the time to really keep it consistent. People are getting over songs real quick.
Oh man, it's 5 minutes. 5 minutes to make.
Yeah, yeah.
Because nowadays tracks are 5 minutes to make compared to what it used to be.
Yeah.
And you know, essentially 5 minutes to you know, shelf life almost. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is that's a real problem for me. You know, bro. People doing music it's easier to do music real quick these days. You know,
especially people who copy.
Yeah, exactly. Because we follow a certain trend, and you know,
too much, man.
Which I always try to get away from that.
Good to hear, bro, because that's another piece of advice that comes out of a lot of people that are very wise and very smart and very successful. Don't follow trends, man. Do your own thing. Do you.
Yeah. I can understand that it could be difficult because if you're around certain crowds and that's what you listen to.
Eras, crowds, cities, countries, you know.
Exactly. Because there was a time where life was, you know, me hanging out with the boys every day. You know, we finish work, we go hang out. Yeah. I'm in the studio, I'm with them everywhere, you know. And when we're together, we listen to trap music. You know.
So you put out trap music?
Yeah. By myself, I don't. But, you know what I'm saying? Not that much anyway. But with the boys, you know. And that's what you hear, you flow with it.
Of course.
That, you know what I mean? That becomes like a thing that's very easy for you.
Sure.
When you're trying to find beats. That's what you're trying to go for.
Yeah. Look, man, I mean, it's fine to adapt. It's fine to play to trends, but I guess don't let that be your defining sound. That's what I, you know, and people know this, that know the history of La Familia. You know, we were the first ones to rap in Spanish in Australia, and essentially before us there was nobody, and we did take influence as everyone does. But the fact that you can do something that's you know, original enough to stand on its own, you will always be remembered for that. But also that becomes your identity, bro. You know, I hear a lot of guys, and this is something I wanted to lead to, because Australian hip hop scene is bubbling like never before right now. But I hear. Not so much the main guys. I think the main guys got a thing going, and they've kind of made it their own. The whole kind of drill scene. A lot of Polynesian boys. But let's say that the next level down, and perhaps the next level down, it's just a photocopy of you know whatever everybody else is doing, and it may sound okay, but it just sounds like a copy, you know? It doesn't stand out from the pack.
You know, I'm with you on that. Another thing is what I've always been scared of, right, was when a trend comes in, because since, let's say, I mean, I was really following trends since say 2010-ish. Since then we've had a lot of different stuff. Right?
Yes, sir.
We came from like You're a Jerk to Dougie stuff. From that, there was the Nene, the you know, the hot nigga.
Monk Mazur on the beat.
Exactly. You know, we had all that, you know. So it's always been changing, and no doubt it's gonna keep doing that.
Of course.
So if you're a come up artist, right, and then right now you adapt to drill stuff right now. What if your time is not coming yet till next year, and then what you've done is you've mastered something that's gonna, you know, eventually go away for something else new to come in. You know, so I've always been scared of doing that for that reason. Because if I jump into that scene now, it's gonna be good if people jump on it right now and I start making millions of views right now. But if it doesn't happen right now, that means I'm mastering something that is not gonna be.
Well, look, ultimately, I think these decisions that you make in your career, what sound to pursue, what track to put out, whatever, you know, you always got to come back to, you know, what do you like, and who are you as an artist, right? But there is also room for, again, to adapt to or to be part of, but just don't let that sound define you. And when I say you, I'm not speaking you as in B Makina. I'm talking about artists in general. Because, you know, yes, we follow trends a lot, particularly in Australia. Australia has never really developed its own thing. I mean, even drill is something that's borrowed from somewhere else. The boys have made it their own. And one thing I wanted to say, because I hear a lot of the old school people kind of mutter things like, but the quality that these guys are putting out is great. They're probably the best ever, because there's been waves of local acts along the way. Yeah. But the way that these guys have put it together, I think it's quality wise. You can argue about whether or not you like it, and that's a never ending story. Yeah. That everyone has their own opinion and taste and flavor, but the quality is definitely there. The flow patterns are tight. With some exceptions of what I've heard. Some clangers here and there, everything's on point, on time, rhythmically speaking, whatever. Yeah. And they're doing well, man. They're doing very, very well. And you don't need me to tell you that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, now we know we've been watching, and some of the boys, I've met them here and there. Sure. And they're doing real good right now,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Which is good to see for Australia, because
of course,
we're probably at the best we ever been.
Yeah, man. And the other thing too is whether it's your scene directly or not, because I know you're not a drill rapper, MC, or artist, but the fact that these streams are coming through, and the sponsorships and the shows. And labels paying attention. I mean, that has a flow-on effect on everyone else that's involved in the the larger sort of urban scene. So, it's a good time to be in it. And the two kind of main currents that I see, I think the Polynesian boys are definitely pulling their weight. They're doing great things. But there's also some African boys and artists kind of repping quite well and putting out some quality music as well, man, which is great to see.
Shout out Manu Crooks.
Crooks,
that's one of the the guys that we kind of looking up to. The African community.
Sure.
Yeah, but right now, man, the drill scene is really crazy. You know, the kids at school, which is the biggest bias. You know what I mean? They're the
dominant demographic. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had two kids at my house that came in because the mother going to work, and they I know their mother, friends with my mother and stuff. Yeah. Brought them kids, and they're at my house. They I don't even think they over 12. I think they're like 9, 10.
Wow.
They're young.
Yeah. That's very young.
Oh yeah, can we listen to some music? Yeah, go ahead. And they listen to some drill stuff, and they got the flow, they got the dance. Sure. They know what's going on. They act different towards it. Yeah. So I know right now that's what's going on.
They identify with it. Yeah. I went to the premiere of Dawn Raid the movie. I think like 2 weeks ago. And that movie, which is a great documentary, people, if you want to go see a good quality semi-local. I mean, New Zealand's local for me. Australia, New Zealand, we're brothers. Yeah. And if you want to see a good local production, awesome behind the scenes thing about that whole time, I was actually in jail for the entire run of Dawn Raid. I'm talking about, Savage and Decepticons and At Ease and all those artists that really did really well at that time. This is probably right before you came to Australia, so you might be missing a few. There might be a few gaps here for you, but anyway. So back to where I was at. Great movie. Went to watch it. It was amazing. It was like the industry launch. They did a live crossover to the two brothers that launched Dawn Raid, and they spoke on the screen and everything, and it was really nice. Got to catch up with Brown, Samurai, Peter Guns, and Tickles, and all these guys. I really get to see. Simone Amelia Jordan, shout out to her as well. Great job, by the way, because she'll get mad if I didn't say that. Yeah, she did do a great job. But we're walking around afterwards. We're gonna have something to eat, and one of my close brothers from back in the day, we used to get up to a lot of mischief together. Yeah, BJ, shout out to BJ. His sons is Hooks and Hooligan Skinny. Right. So we're walking around there in a Haymarket, and I saw the reaction of some of the I'm talking really young girls, man. Yeah. Not that young, but maybe 15.
Okay.
you know, they walk past and in typical fashion, they didn't say nothing to their face or whatever, but when they walk past and I'm walking behind them, they walk past and they were like, and they got their phones out, because I think they were trying to like see if it was them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh God, that's what
Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. The brothers are doing well, you know.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh man, that's amazing.
Yeah,
it's great to see, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh man, it's
in the time when I came up, that was extremely rare, you know.
Yeah.
I think maybe because it was mainly 18 plus anyway, because most essentially back in those days, the internet wasn't a thing, so how you got known was in live shows, and 99% of the live shows were 18 plus.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was only when we started actually selling albums, and we did a lot for an independent local, you know, we did it ourselves.
Yeah.
Then that we started to get some younger kind of following and stuff, that we saw them coming to some of the all age festivals and things, and they knew our lyrics and everything, which was like,
which is good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah. So what's coming up, man? Anything that we should be looking out for or excited about from you? Music, videos, features, or what's happening, man? I mean, you know, without COVID, I'm sure you were doing a lot more as far as hitting the road and shows and stuff.
Yeah. Well, the COVID is really messing up a lot of things right now. But in terms, like, that doesn't stop us though, you know.
Of course, man. Yeah. You got to adapt.
We got to keep going. Yeah. So, so the goal for 2021. So what I did last year, actually, when because the whole COVID thing came and things were a little bit shaky, I didn't even know what to do.
Of course, none of us did, man.
Yeah. So I kind of pulled back a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was 24/7 in the studio. You know, right? I working on and I realized, you know what, I got enough songs to really, if I could release a song every month for the next 3 years.
Beautiful.
You know,
that's what you want.
Yeah. And what we were trying to do in 2020, because I had Sephru working with me.
Sure. Yeah, shout out to Sephru, man.
Yeah, I had the brothers, Project Peters, working with me, and they, you know, they're crazy R&B artists.
Yeah.
My goal was to create something that's timeless, because I didn't know when I would be releasing it. You know, because at first we're thinking, okay, we're gonna wait for COVID thing to go, you know, and then we're gonna start releasing.
Yeah.
But guess what? COVID ain't going nowhere.
No, unfortunately.
You know.
No,
well, so that just means that I think things are gonna change. I think they're gonna change things around. You know, I don't know what they're planning to do with it, but we got to keep going.
Of course.
So now I have a plan of releasing every single month. So the first song, which was Hef last month.
Yep.
So every month there's gonna be a song coming. So the next one is featuring my brothers, which is those guys, Project Peters.
Sure.
It's coming out next month. So
which is March.
So I think the audio is gonna come out. So the song will come out this month.
Okay, sure.
And then we're gonna drop a video. I think the video is probably gonna go out the following month.
Awesome.
And every month after that, so we got some crazy features.
Awesome, man.
And another project that I'm working on with Sephru, what I try to do with that was to work with a lot of Aussie artists, because I got interested in how different everyone is.
Sure.
Right. Because we're not different when we're hanging out. But we got so much different stuff to put on the table. Yeah. Right. And I wanted my project to have that, because, you know, I have proper Aussie friends. I have, you know, guys from New Zealand. Yeah. You know, I've got West African friends. I got UK friends, you know.
All the different flavors, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's something in them that is different, you know, that I felt like my project needed to have that. And like the status that I want to have, you know, I think everyone is trying to have that status, is being the biggest. Sure. So who am I? You know, which is the hardest question, is who are you? Yeah, I am a lot of things, because I grew up, I was born in Zimbabwe. Yeah. Grew up in Musselburgh. Ended up in Sydney. Yeah. Every friend that I've ever had was always someone different than me. Yeah. So most of the time, 60% of you is the people you're around. Yeah, man. Yeah. So all of that is who I am. That's part of me. So we did that with Sephru. We're not really sure when that project's going to be out. Sure. We got a lot of stuff to go through before that. But each month, expect something from us.
Man, I'm excited to hear that, bro, because that obviously that kind of goes back to what we're saying before, where you're not just putting stuff out for numbers, right? I mean, obviously everything aims at being successful, and you want everything to be commercially successful as well, and earn an income and all those things, but I think you're coming at it from the right angle, which is, to put down stuff that has some sort of a meaning, a point of difference, which is a huge thing as well. Like we were talking about before, man, you don't want to be doing the same stuff that everybody else is. So I'm very much looking forward to hear that. And where can people hear all your stuff? So B Makina on Spotify. Makina the Mayor on YouTube. I love that, man.
Well, you know what? That's an interesting story why I call myself the Mayor, right? A lot of my songs, well, maybe the next one's coming out, I always have a line in there that states that I'm a mayor. Right? When I was, this is a funny story. When I was born, my parents were apprentices. So apprenticeship in Zimbabwe is different. You're at college for 2 years. You live there. At college for 2 years. So, they let me go with my grandparents. I was living with my grandmother. But anyway, they told my grandmother to name me. And she named me Mayor.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. Then my parents came back. They're like, nah, we can't name him that. I mean, you can't name a child Mayor. Then they changed the name. They gave me another name, which they still kept the Mayor part. But I kept it. So
of course, man, that's a boss name, man. Man,
exactly. So
and where's B Makina come from?
So my full name is Bethold Simbai Makina. Simbai.
So Makina's actual surname.
It's my last name. Yeah.
Interesting, bro.
Yeah. Simbai is like Simba with an I.
Yep. Sounds beautiful, bro.
Man, powerful. It just means powerful.
Simba.
Like, be powerful.
Yeah. And Bethold?
Bethold, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my name.
Is that biblical?
You know what? I don't even know. My mom was watching soccer, man. She had a favorite soccer player named Bethold.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
So it's Bethold.
Of course, yeah, that's how I would have thought. But I can't remember a soccer player called Bethold, man.
Man, I don't know. I didn't watch soccer myself.
The cool thing when I saw your name, because Makina in Spanish means machine. You spell it with a Q-U-I instead of a K, but when we want to abbreviate it, like write it so then everyone can read it, even Spanish-speaking people that don't necessarily write or read that well, because the second generation or whatever, we replace the QUIs and all that just with the K, just to make it easy.
To make it easier, yeah.
So Makina's machine.
I kept the name because of that, because I heard that. Yeah. I had a lot of people say that to me. Actually, I was in a barber, right? And the Middle Eastern guys, because I love those guys, man. They really good.
Of course.
Yeah,
man.
And they keep saying that. I was in there and I kept hearing Makina. I'm like, so I asked, because it means machine, because I'm like,
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna keep the name.
Interesting. I didn't know it was also in Arabic, man. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's cool, bro.
Yeah.
I think Bethold was a German soccer player.
Yeah. It was.
Okay.
It was. I gotta look him up. So I don't know.
Man.
Still.
You have to, well, I think Paulie just looked him up for you.
Yeah, crazy.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to do something, otherwise he falls asleep in the corner there. Paulie, any comments or any questions for our man B? What's you got him, brother? Because I know you're a fan too.
Nah, I'm a good fan, and I like watching you perform at that live stream. Was really good. Like,
yeah, bro.
Thank you.
Good stage presence, right?
Like, with the firework thing and everything.
Yeah, thank you.
Am I on? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Yeah,
actually, I gotta ask you something, Rafa.
Tell me, my brother. Tell me.
The shirt, it's really colourful.
Well, man, I'm with a colourful character, man.
I've noticed you've got more tattoos. Like,
actually, man.
Can you stop spending the expansion podcast budget?
Yeah. Well, actually, I must apologise because I was supposed to be here a little earlier than I was today. Thanks for waiting for me, my brother. No disrespect, man. But I was actually getting some ink with the brother Alex Tats out in Monarch Studios in Liverpool, man. Amazing work the brother's doing. Argentinian brother Alex Tats. Anyone looking for any ink, look him up, man. It's Alex TATTZ. Amazing artist. He's blessed me with both my arms so far, and you never know where else we're gonna go, bro. But sorry for being late on that one, man.
Nah, man. Yeah. No, just something else I've always wanted to say to you, man. So obviously, Watershed. That's where I was seeing you a lot.
Yes,
you know?
Of course. Of course.
So, this is going back years ago, right? So obviously, I'm in Sydney. I'm new, you know. My cousin Tone. He's the only he knows everybody. You know.
Man, hell yeah.
So there's this part we gotta go. So we used to go club hopping and that. So I just follow the guys because they know where they're going. I just I just join.
That would have been pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Coming from Musselbrook, particularly.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? The girls, you know.
Of course.
Yeah. So I came to the club, and then it was obviously different to the meal situation, right?
Yeah.
Music is dope.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
Because back where I'm from, we listen to some rock stuff, like stuff that I ain't into. That's cool, And then watching you guys do what you do. You know what I'm saying? You were hopping on the mic every now and then. You throw a bar in there.
Yeah.
And that to me, I was thinking, yo, this is dope. This is amazing. These guys are really doing a thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, because at that point, I didn't know you were running things like that. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, who's this guys? Like, what's going on? And then I linked up with Acaz. I think it was like the third time I came over there.
Yeah.
That's kind of, got an understanding of who everyone is,
Yeah.
And I remember one day, and shout out DK, he's always got this crazy laugh that he does. So there was a few things that was very interesting, but because I could go on forever about this because it was years. I was coming there for years, like almost every Saturday,
man.
right?
I remember
because it was a spot. But long story short, there was a day I came in there and because I didn't drink much. So most of the time I was always the one driving all the boys back home. So I'll be noticing things.
I get you.
A lot of people won't notice. I notice them. And I'm standing from afar. So I was at the door, and you were on stage, and you were just talking. But I could grab a mic and try to say the same thing, but I ain't no great MC like that, So it just seemed like something that you're just good at. I don't know if it's like you're born like that. I don't know. But
a lot of years, man.
Yeah, but then I'm looking. I say, yo, that's it right there. You know what I mean? That's it. That's the level of success.
Yeah.
That's where I want to get to. And then obviously, this is my spot. I'm going to come back here. Then I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna keep coming here to learn. To
watch.
So I started coming to learn and watch and be around Acaz and back when Nugget was around too with Acaz everywhere. They're doing their thing. So I started coming around to watch and learn how you guys are doing things because it was in my eyes it looked very successful.
Yeah, man.
We live in Liverpool.
Yeah.
We meet some girls at Westfield and they say to me, "Oh, you gonna Watershed?" They knew who MC Rafa was. They knew who DK was, and this is in Liverpool. You know what I mean? And then I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna learn. And good thing is I made that decision because I've always saw myself doing something. So and I could. It's like having a friend that's very successful. Let's say someone buys a Lamborghini, which is my favorite car, right? I could ask you to come pick me up in a car every day because you're my friend, right? And you're my friend. You're gonna do it. You're gonna pick me up every day.
But you want your own.
Yeah, but see, I'm gonna ask you how'd you do it.
Of course.
Because I want to drive. I want to drive the same car that you have. So I'm seeing this guy say, "Yo, he's on the mic. He's doing this thing." So you were part of it, man. Like it's just some conversation we never had. But you were part of it. All that stuff that I was watching is because you gotta understand. It's not like I was around that growing up, seeing people.
Yeah. I mean, look, that's amazing to hear, Manu, and thank you for sharing. But I think, bro, that you can have people you look up to on TV.
Yeah.
You can hear him on the radio, you know, all of that. But to actually have people around you, local people that you can see, touch and feel and speak to, and feel that energy, because that's the other thing too, right? When you're in the same room, in the same club and whatever, it's palpable, man. You can sense that, you know, whatever it is that those artists are putting out. Yeah. You're seeing it's in front of you, hermano, you know? Yeah. And that's very important. And we've had a few conversations on the show about having mentors and stuff like that and how important that is. But man, I have been at it for a little while, my brother, and God's blessed me with some successes along the way. Yeah. But for you, bro, I mean, you know, onwards and upwards. You know, you're there, my brother. You know, you got your foot in the door, and now it's just a matter of how hard and how far you want to run. Exactly. You know, so. From myself and from Paulie, man, thank you for coming on the show, man. God bless you, my brother.
Appreciate you.
All the best for you.
Thank you.
Your loved one, your career and everything, bro. And then we look forward to bringing you back, man, because if you're going to be putting out all this material, we'd love to get you back in and maybe we can play some of the stuff. We unfortunately, we can't play it because, you know, obviously they pull us up for copyright. Okay. But, you know, maybe there's a case there where we get a sneak peek of something before it's launched or something. We can do that here, bro. Whatever. Mi casa, su casa. My house is yours. Yeah. And now that I've brought you in, I know Big Ton's going to get fucking mad because he's already asked me to come on the podcast. So I'm going to have to get him on as well, man. Which for me is fine because I love the brother. So, man. Thank you, man.
No, thank you
my
very
brother.
much.
God bless you, loco. Muchas gracias. Appreciate it, man. You're the man.
All right, man.
Look out for my man, B. Makina. One more time. Makina the Mayor on YouTube. B. Makina, BEEMAKINA.
Yes, sir.
On Spotify, man. Check out his stuff. He's already got a few tracks, man. That stuff's bubbling away as he gets ready for the big 2021 onslaught, man.
Yeah.
And also, we want to say thank you to our sponsors, our foundation sponsors, Q Corp Construction. Shout out to Crash Claim, Meeting New Friends by Accident, and Variant Collective, man, the brother Nelson looking after us on social media. Paulie?
You're missing out on one.
We're talking about Candy and La Rumba and all that?
Candy. Yeah, Candy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll speak to the boss of Candy and I'll apologize to him for you, okay?
Yeah, please do.
Thank you, Paulie. You're the man, brother. And sorry for being late, man. He got mad at me when I walked in. He gave me the Armenian.
You will be getting a warning letter.
Yeah, he gave me
this is about your 20th one.
Yeah, they go. You know where they go, right? Yeah. He gave me the Armenian mean eyes, you know, the stare, you know. Anyway, thanks, guys, man. Thank you so much. B, again, mi hermano. Thank you. God bless, man. Expansion Podcast. We'll see you guys next time. Woohoo!
Oh.
How do you feel?
Yeah, this is cool, man.
Yeah. You get used to that, right? Hey, what's up, guys? This is Rafa. Hit that like button. Subscribe, whichever one that is, whatever it is. Please follow us. Please, you support, share, tell your friends, like, subscribe, hit that button, please. Thank you so much.
Expansion.